a massive exclusive, the channel that broke the Operation Sheesh Mahal, the Chief Minister's mansion that betrayed the Aam Aadmi, mocked their plight in the national capital, now comes up with another super exclusive, the only channel with the full dossier. Now, what are these papers? We will explain these papers and break them bit by bit. Tejshri has accessed this paper. Our executive editor Madhav Das Gopalakrishnan and our team of reporters also joining us. We have 7 reporters now joining us live. But let me tell you and our viewers what this is about. We are calling this Operation Black Dollar. Now, according to the dossier that I'm holding in my hand, there are multiple discrepancies as far as Aam Aadmi Party's foreign funding disclosure is concerned. The documents show that there are multiple names, multiple donors, but they have in common is one passport. At least 55 or more than 55 people have the same passport. And it's not just the same passport. There are people, more than 15 number who have the same set of email ID. Now, these papers are under the lens of government agencies. There is a full mail trail that we have on Times Now. And if Madhav Das Gopalakrishnan has those papers ready, which I think he will have in the next 5 minutes. But Priya, just to give you a sense, what is this? The Aam Aadmi Party received as much as 7 crores in foreign funding from 2014 to 2022 in violation, allegedly, of the FCRA norms. Now, the Aam Aadmi Party received these funds from multiple donors in USA, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, Saudi, UAE, Kuwait, Oman and other countries. Now, the problem is the real identity of foreign donors has been concealed or allegedly concealed by the Aam Aadmi Party in their book of accounts, perhaps to circumvent the restrictions on political donations, on the foreign donations to political parties. Now, ED has found siphoning of foreign funding by AAP leaders. So there is a whole set of documents that exposes how one AAP leader, and we will take his name when we go to that set, that AAP leader wanted foreign funds in his personal account.
Yes,
can you
remember,
beat
this is a party that is already under the scanner for PMLA charges. Madhav, what more can you add?
Well, this is a very, very big exclusive that, in fact, our colleague Tejshri has brought, because it's important. These documents in the which ED has written about, if they are to be believed, then there are violations that the Enforcement Directorate has written to the Ministry of Home Affairs and has said that there is violation of the PMLA or the Prevention of Money Laundering Act. There's violations of the FCRA, which is the Foreign Contribution Regulatory Act. There are violations of the RPA or the Representation of People Act, which all elected leaders and political parties are supposed to follow, and also violations of the Indian Penal Code. This is huge. It's a massive development, because even though this letter was written last year, we understand that action in this particular case could be forthcoming. Let me quickly go across to Tejshri. And Tejshri, what is very interesting in this is there are 3 or 4 important aspects. One is the important aspect of the fact that money comes in from different countries. Can you take us through which are those countries and what are the violations that have been observed in the money that has come in from all of these countries? Tejshri.
There are several violations that have been observed. As we see it, the document shows multiple donors have used same passport numbers for the donation. Number 1. Number 2, multiple donors have used same email ID for donation. Multiple donors have used same mobile number, same credit card, and so on. And
okay, so essentially you're saying one passport number was given and about 30 or 40 different names of donors were there using the same passport number.
Yes.
Okay.
So these are the details. If we can see, this is the passport number, these are the number of people, and these are the number of donations. So that means that 19 people use same passport to make 21 donations. Okay. And same goes on for the email ID also. 2 people used 47 transactions with the same email ID.
Right, and this is important because when the donation is being made, they have to cite the passport number to show that they are Indian citizens while giving this out. But what is even more shocking, Tejshri, is there was a separate event that was held in Canada, and at that particular event as well, there was funding or fund collection that took place. Take us through the details of that event. What is being alleged by the Enforcement Directorate here?
This in fact mentions that there was an event held in 2015 in Toronto in Canada, and in 2016 as well. So in this particular event, current Aam Aadmi Party MLA Durgesh Pathak, he was also the part of this event, and this was a fundraiser event by Aam Aadmi Party back in 2015 and 2016. Keeping in mind that in 2017, Punjab witnessed assembly elections, and Aam Aadmi Party had won that elections. So here it mentions that it found that the names of the actual donors who donated in this particular fundraiser event, these names were hidden, these names were concealed, number one, and the records of foreign funds, they were also not revealed, is what the document says.
Right, so that is very, very significant, where there was foreign funding that happened. In this particular case, what's also being alleged is that that foreign funding which came in from Canada, the name of the donors was not revealed. What could be the possible motive for that? That is certainly something that has not been explained over here, but it does raise a very important question, because clearly, as far as the Representation of People Act is concerned and the various FCRA etc. acts are concerned, there has to be a clear donation. There cannot be foreign fundings of an Indian election. Remember that Indian democracy does not, our entire rules, our entire regulatory infrastructure does not in any way permit any foreigners to actually fund elections or any one particular political party here in India, because that is perceived as a violation of India's sovereignty. In this particular case, that is exactly the charge that Aam Aadmi Party is facing. As per these documents, it's going to be a very, very serious charge, a violation of several important laws over here, as we've been discussing, Tejshri. And my last question to you is also, there is an email exchange that is being referred to, where a shocking charge over here is that one senior leader of the Aam Aadmi Party reportedly tried to siphon out some of these foreign funds to his personal account. What's the charge there?
Well, in fact, he has mentioned in this particular mail that let the money that has been gathered, that they have collected in this particular fundraiser event, that is in 2015 and 2016, let this amount be transferred to them. So it has not particularly mentioned so as to whom this particular amount should be transferred, number one. And number two, since it was a foreign transfer, so that is why they are mentioning in this particular email, as we could read over here, that this particular amount should be transferred to them. We received from Canada and transferred to them. So question over here is that who is them? And this concerned leader has also said that I do not have any information of any such transaction or donation. So there are many dubious transaction and donations that happened in the fundraiser event also, and that happened from several countries, like say it be Canada, New Zealand, UAE, Kuwait. So as of now, what we are being told is that these funds that came from foreign countries, they were also not very much clear so as to who donated, because it is very much sure that 5 people donated on the same passport. Question over here is that how is it possible that 5 people will be having same passport, same email ID and same contact number?
Right, so there are some very, very serious charges over here, as we've been recapping for our viewers over here. Violation alleged of the FCRA, of the PMLA, of the Representation of People Act and the IPC. And of course, very important to see what further action happens from here, because the charges are certainly very, very serious. Back to you, Pranesh.
Okay, let's look at the other set of papers here, and just bear with me while I take you through this document. Now you see, on the left hand side you have the passport number. So in this case the passport number is G78103224, and the number of people who've made the donation using this same passport number, that is 19. So 19 people have used the same passport number, and the total number of donations that they've made is 21. Let's look at the next column. The passport number K7938484. Number of people who've used the same passport is 19 again, and 20 donations have been made. Then you have the next set of passport number L2353093. Number of people who've used the same passport number 4. How can this be? One passport number is issued to one individual. But in this case, this entire page is full of discrepancy. Now the agency suspects that there's a deeper rot that must come to the fore. Let's look at Annexure B. And Bhavtor Singh also joining our broadcast to throw more light on it. Now there are email IDs here. Now there is one email ID, and because of privacy concerns, I am not reading out the email ID, nor do I want to show it. But let me just read it out for our viewers. So in one case you have 14 people using the same email ID, then you have 35 people with the same email ID, then 13 people with same email ID, and there are more than, there are accounts in excess of 42. So individuals who've made donations but with the same number of, with the same email ID. Let's look at annexure 3. Now, this is another annexure that has the mobile number, and I don't want to run the risk of putting these numbers out. But what is startling is that 3 people have the same mobile number, and between the 3 individuals, they've made 30 transactions. Then you have 6 people with the same number who've made 14 transactions. Then you have 4 people with same mobile number who've made 16 transactions. So we have the full annexure, and annexure D is of the credit card. We have the first 6 and last 4 digits, and even in this there is discrepancy galore. 22 people have used the same credit card number. 22. That's a big number. Then you have 2 people with same email ID, 7 people with same credit card number. This is only part 1 of the documents with times now. Now, in part 2, which we will break at 5 p.m. that no other channel has, we will give out details of the AAP leader who wanted these foreign donations in his private account. I just want to tell our viewers that why is this such a massive problem? Now, viewers, as per Section 3 of the Foreign Contribution Regulation Act 2010, which came into force on 1/5/2011, political parties are prohibited from receiving foreign contribution. In fact, as a routine matter, the government does not monitor accounts of political parties from FCRA angle. However, banks have a responsibility to ensure that funds are not transferred in violation of FCRA norms. Political parties come under the purview of the RPA, which is the Representations of People's Act, and every political party may accept any amount of contribution voluntarily offered to it by any person or company other than a government company, provided that no political party shall receive contribution from any foreign source defined under Clause E of Section 2 of the FCRA. Now, in this case, according to the details in the dossier, Techri, there are violations at every step. Let's first once again go over the multiple passports that you have.
Well, yes, and in fact, we also have the documents over here which completely shows that how multiple people use the same passport, and here are the details of the documents that we have exclusively accessed. So you see there are this, if we count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. These are the 6 people. 6 people, location is Kuwait, and here is the passport number. The passport number is same. I would like to read out the last 3 digits of the passport number. That is 324, 324, 324, 324, 324. So that means that same passports were used for 6 people. Same people were using different people were using the same passports. So the big question over here is that why it was the need for Aam Aadmi Party to bring in such foreign funds where different people were using same passports. And it is not only just with the case of passport, the same happened with the email IDs.
Thanks for taking us over those set of documents and details. We'll come back to this, Akanksha.
Kane sir, your dinner.
On a tile? It's antibacterial.
Easy to clean.
But plates? Kane bhai, it's a tile ad.
IM Plus टेक्नोलॉजी से बने वर्ल्ड क्लास टाइल्स। टाइल हो तो सिंपल हो।